This conference will now be recorded.
So we got a couple minutes.
I'm
going to do something with that building. I was wondering if it's just going to fall apart or what's going to happen to it. Oh, God, I didn't recognize it. Yeah, yeah.
Is this the old dilapidated building?
No, hatchery up on the hill there.
This one?
Yeah.
That's the building, that's
Mhm.
old dilapidated.
The old building that like sits on that side of the house.
Across Jefferson up the hill. Going that way.
Big building that
Yeah.
used to be a mental hospital or
Is the
something.
house?
The chicken hatchery.
On the west
Chicken
side?
hatchery.
Is that what it was? Okay, I've always wondered that.
Is
But
the
there's
house
nothing
the
in
one
the
on the model on the west side of that old building?
I thought, I think it's the building itself.
Oh, it's the building itself?
That's, yeah.
It looks like it's right.
Another minute.
I thought it was the house.
Mhm.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know the motor code, the mobile home code, they would tell us where that would go.
Looking at the clock, it looks like we've reached 5:30, the time for our meeting, so I'll call the meeting to order. First item of business to adopt or amend the agenda. Got the agenda before you?
No changes.
No recommendation? Okay, is there a motion?
Move to adopt the agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we adopt the agenda as printed. All those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 5-0-0. Okay. Item number 3 is the minutes of the last meeting, which was the December meeting, because it was done in January. If you want to review those quick and see how Miles did.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes from the last meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll say.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt the minutes as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0-0. Okay, we will now open the public hearing for the rezoning of the 70 West 3rd Street. That is the small parcel of land located near the proposed apartment development across the street here. As we call them open, is there any comments? Miles, was anything submitted to us? Or?
Well, yes, I guess just to add on to that. The Bartman bought this land from us. We approved the sale in December at our last meeting. And they are seeking the idea is that they're going to combine this lots with the other lots, just because it's so weird that there's 3 separate parcels on this land. So they need to combine them with the county. So that's kind of the purpose of doing this. But it's to be used to complete the Bridgeview Apartments building, which is moving along. Yeah, so we're rezoning it to plan unit development so the county can hopefully, with approval, connect them so that it's one, because legally they're not allowed to construct over separate parcels. So that's the purpose of doing something like this.
That makes sense. When are we gonna start building?
When things get done.
Okay. What was that? She was asking when they were going to start.
I said, when will they start building?
Okay. If there's no other comments, I'll close the public hearing and we'll open it for the board here to discuss, decide? What's your pleasure as far as the rezoning recommendation here? To get it started, I'll move that we recommend to the city council that this rezoning be approved. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the rezoning. Is there any discussion?
I'd say that I haven't been for a lot of stuff, there's just so much rezoning to make this building fit and stuff, so just my voting against it is that, because I hope it all works out, but I just not for any of this, all the, putting this all, I mean, it's the right thing to do, but anything with this building, I'm just against it if that's.
You respect that? Anyone else have comments? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of making a recommendation to city council to approve the rezone, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Or nay, I'm sorry.
Motion carries 4-1-0. All right. Okay, we'll open the public hearing for the conditional use permit for 910 West 2nd Street. Miles, can you maybe summarize this for us?
Sure. So we got an application from Justine Lexvold seeking a conditional use permit for their home at 910 West 2nd Street. This permit will be used to install a manufactured home on the lot while the primary residence is receiving major repairs and renovations. The manufactured home will not encroach upon setbacks within the residential zoning code. And our code just tells us they need a conditional use permit because it's technically not a primary residence, but it will be used as one. And so based on our residential zoning code we have, just says that they're required to have it in like a neighborhood where they are. So that's the purpose of this. I don't know if any of you have any extra thoughts or comments or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, Matt and I are here this evening to ask y'all to, approve this and to move forward to allow this manufactured home to go on 910 West 2nd Street. We currently rent right now, and the landowners are wanting to do something different with the property. And our realtor has shown us several properties, and the cost is astronomical. And we, looking at our budget, anything that we can afford is a fixer-upper. So we led us to go to look at manufactured homes, and that process of it being affordable, and then we can also put money into the building that is currently there. That beautiful building.
That big old brick structure that you're going to renovate or what?
Put a new roof on it.
Pardon?
I'm gonna put a new roof on it first. And then
Looks like it needs.
try to work at any of the interior, and remodeling that might need to be done, structural stuff. But we've had it evaluated, and it's structurally sound enough to fix the roof and take care of the other minor things. So, yeah.
So you're
Still using it with my business.
and you're remodeling it to eventually live in it, you mean, or?
Well, actually just to keep it in as good a shape as I can until I decide what we really want to do with it. But I'm using it basically as a shop in the basement. And we were considering living in it, making an apartment place from it. But we've heard some encouraging offers, people who want to buy it and make an apartment place of it themselves. And so for now, I'm going to keep it, but I need to make sure that it's structurally sound for the future or whatever I might decide.
So you're currently not living on the property?
Correct.
and your goal is to move the manufactured home on the property, live on the property and repair the
Correct.
structure.
That's the idea.
Gotcha. Okay.
And at some point, then you'll move the manufactured home off of this property.
Yes, yeah. Eventually we could do it, whatever we decide, sell it or move it somewhere else to live or
Or
whatever
else
we need.
Do you have a timeline for what you're thinking it might take, or?
Not. No, I mean,
We're kind of waiting for all this to be approved before we really, but we want to get going right away.
we wouldn't
Yeah.
hesitate to rehab, and renovate.
Personally, I like the idea. I guess my only concern is if the trailer house ends up becoming permanent, manufactured home becomes permanent, that would be a concern.
Well, I guess the part of the point of doing a conditional use is that can be,
Stated.
yes, and it can be taken away, right? And
So
so
is it requested for a specific period of time, or is it
Well,
just
Sarah was
open
asking if
until?
you had an
we have a
idea.
separate interim use permit that would be for a specific point in time, but since
Right.
this is kind of open-ended and it technically qualifies under a conditional use, that we do this. But we can approve things on condition as well. That's kind of part of it
A
too.
conditional use on the condition that.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be a specific time, or it'll just stay open until it is all finished?
I would say open-ended, but if it's a problem, if it becomes a problem in the future, then it's within our authority to
Okay,
do it as we need to as well.
Yeah, that's why I asked if you had some idea over if you were planning to do this over 2 years or 10 years or what your thinking might be.
It depends upon finances, but that is why we're looking into doing this.
For me, it'll be more than 10 years. We'll do it, yeah.
Do you have a idea where you would place it on the property? I know it says that,
On the
It-
street side.
on the street side is what you're thinking. Okay.
Kind of in the middle of that
And
front yard.
parallel the street.
on this side.
Yeah.
I think we should go over and look at the whole thing before we decide.
I've been over
I've
there.
always wanted to see that building. Wanted to see it.
Well, if you want,
Now you know.
I'm sure your business, you do the fire extinguisher business through the building still?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, my basement there is the shop.
Yeah.
And that's what I really need to fix the roof. Keep it structurally sound.
Is this zone commercial now?
No,
It's technically zoned residential right now.
The tax records, so it say it's commercial land and buildings? There?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been adjusted probably for years. I guess I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, I looked at it yesterday.
it was Henning Produce back in the day.
Pardon?
It was Henning Produce back in the day. They ran an egg business out of it.
So it's still commercial.
It was commercial.
Still is commercial.
Yeah, it still is commercial, isn't it? So it says
Henning
it's
Produce
commercial.
is still owns it, which is still active company, and I own Henning Produce. But I'm operating as Matt Henning Tech. So Henning Produce hasn't been in operation for a long time. We just kept the business thing open because it owns the property.
Okay, so if it's commercial, then it's going to stay commercial or change over? Does it
Well,
have to go
it's
through the whole
different, right?
process?
It's, our zoning is saying it's a residential
Right.
property, correct, Miles?
Yep.
But according to the county and tax purposes, it's
Commercial.
listed as commercial, is what you're saying, Bev, right?
So
Change of what's going to happen?
the county is commercial and we got it zoned as residential.
Yes, I would say that's probably incorrect, but since
Right.
this is now going to possibly be used as a residential zone.
Right.
It's probably not as big of a problem. It was probably lumped in together at some point. We don't like check
On what the
our
county
zoning
does.
to make sure it's correct all the time.
Yeah.
So it's probably just been this way for
I'm sure it has.
years.
And no one knows it, because
Yeah.
the question was,
So obviously long before me, so, yeah.
And all the neighbors received letters on this public hearing, right?
That's right.
No other feedback received.
No,
Okay. Is there any other comments that you have to throw at us, or?
Dan, you need to make any comments? You want to comment about anything?
No, not really. My dad bought the place way back when, and it's been in the Henning family since then, since he purchased it. In fact, if you look at all these pictures around here of all of the, of the different stores and owners, my great grandfather took those.
Oh, really?
I'd throw that in.
My grandfather. Your grandfather.
My great grandfather.
History lesson, it's
Yeah, I
okay.
took the photos. That's awesome.
If there's no other questions on that, we'll close the public hearing and open it for discussion of the board.
Is this hooked up to city water and sewer now?
Everything in town has to be legally, but I have not checked. That'll be something I.
City sewer and water?
Yes.
Okay,
It does, and they would hook into that
it is.
with the trailer
We
house?
have to have their own feeds from the water line and sewer designed to connect to the site.
Okay, so it's already there. Okay.
How would this fit in with what we have talked about with our tiny houses, with that we don't allow other little properties on properties?
Yeah,
That, I think that might become a problem.
well, but we're only talking one residence on this property, not using both of them at the same time as a residence, I believe, would be a difference.
Okay.
But yeah, I know what you're saying.
So the
Or if
big building's not gonna be considered residential, but this, manufactured home will be, and so there's not two properties.
No, I mean, you're not planning to occupy the old building and the new building, just two different families or two different at the same time.
No.
Because we've had that discussion before.
Yes, no, it's not in the plan at all.
The manufactured home would be removed.
There'd only be one residence on the parcel, so.
The neighbors on each side, will they be aware that there's gonna be a trailer house in there?
They were
They are aware.
notified
are
already.
I'm required by law to notify everyone within 350 feet.
Okay,
So not for nothing.
and they got their notice in the mail?
I would hope so.
If you could trust.
And no comment from them?
No comments.
So the other two existing structures, I mean, it's a conditional use, right? So it's not like it's forever.
Right.
And if we, these other structures, because this becomes the primary residence, are these then considered accessory structures
I guess it
in
could
our
be.
ordinance or not
I
necessarily?
guess it could be. Well, I guess the way I see it is that technically there's a place on there that would be sort of considered a primary residence
Mhm.
under our code.
Yeah.
So this would technically be that accessory building, but the conditional use is making it so that it's a primary residence. Because our code doesn't allow you to actually live in a manufactured home in residential zoning unless it's part of a larger facility.
Right.
Oh, really? I
So
didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
try to-
But
that
since
that was
it's
at least my
temporary-
interpretation. That is not a legal interpretation, so.
And the only place they're supposed to be is in a trailer park, isn't it, right? With our
But
city.
there are manufactured homes around town that aren't.
Yeah, but this is
Grandfathered
a
in.
trailer house.
Grandfathered
This
in.
isn't this is on a chassis, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's got like
It's
a
a
car
finished
title
roof.
with it. It's not a regular
It has a-
modular brought in.
What's the difference? Because modular homes are the same way.
Yeah,
No,
But they're
they,
built on a
they don't
permanent.
have a chassis. And they,
Right.
this kind of a,
I
this
mean,
kind of a
manufactured.
parcel would have a title to it, like when you're buying a car, that's what this is. And when they bring in a home in sections and set them up,
Mhm.
they aren't on a chassis. They're on a
on
foundation
footing, yeah.
and they're a permanent home.
Okay.
This is gonna be on a chassis though.
Temporary, yeah.
Just information, it does, the one that we are interested in does have a pitched roof. And there is a porch, a covered porch out front, and we plan, if this is approved, to put cement underpinning on it, skirting underpinning, for aesthetics. It does very much look like a modular. I don't know that that is approved in the city limits either, but information.
But it would have the red tag like a trailer house would. That's the kind of a home it's gonna be, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta put skirting around the bottom, then is what you do.
Yeah, and, but if
It
we
looks
plan
like
on
a
putting
brick.
cement brick type skirting.
So it'll look like a basement.
Yeah, it looks like a modular.
Yes.
It's being taxed at a commercial rate now, right?
It's being
Well, we
taxed
don't
at a
know that.
residential.
Commercial. That's how it's being taxed right
County.
now, or we don't know
Yeah,
that.
it's tax commercial.
So if they're living there, can that be changed?
It's taxed as residential right now.
It is taxed.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
She says no, you say yes. Okay, I'm out of that one.
She's got the county one. The county one is different than what the city is.
Okay.
mhm.
There can be a
Interesting.
difference,
For some
yes.
reason, they're not.
Another question is the second building in the back, is that just a steel shed? Is that,
Yep, warehouse.
okay,
I don't know.
because I've never noticed it.
Brick.
Okay, I've just never noticed it.
Block.
Block.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So this neighbor that lives in this house right here, have you talked to that? Because I hear he's got something to deal with.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Bruce.
He's awesome.
Was that Bruce's house?
That's Bruce. The dad.
Is there any other discussion or call for the vote?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was kind of my concern, that it wasn't, your skirting that you're gonna do. I mean, once they get done with the pitch roof and the skirting they put on, it's not gonna be the, pole barn steel like they do at the,
No, we plan on putting a little
the
extra into that.
actual person that drives by there is not gonna probably know what's the effect. Not that I'm trying to hide it, that it is, but I mean.
Right, yeah, you want to keep the
But we
aesthetics.
don't know how long it will be there. Like if it's gonna be 5 years or 10
Yeah.
years or.
That's,
But do we have the authority to revoke the conditional use?
I don't know.
Okay.
Quite frank, I don't know. I would assume we can because we have statutory authority. I would have to get a legal opinion. I don't want to give you a wrong
Yeah.
answer on that, but I would assume we could do so.
Which is a long-range plan on the building there, just to get it buttoned up and everything. It's really not a plan to make that into a house.
Well, possibly. I mean,
Okay, that's still on the,
It's possible,
Yeah.
depending on our age also, but, if it's residential, then it would be, we're fixing it up for someone to live there.
Right. Like you were
Be
saying.
it us or,
apartments.
making it livable.
And once you get it made livable, whether you do apartments or whatever, you would still leave
No.
if it was apartments, you would move into the apartments too or whatever.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. The manufactured home would be removed.
Is this a brand new unit that you put in there?
Yes.
And how big is it?
Don't have the paperwork with me. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I think the length is like 52 by 28.
it's not too
That's
big.
an estimate.
The open end is my only concern, I guess. It's,
You can approve with conditions you would like.
You said we could take it away anytime. As far as the.
So condition.
Yeah, conditional use. That can stop it. So if it gets stretched into years and years for some reason, then it can be stopped and then they have to stop doing things with it.
Well,
Is that how it would work?
I mean, it's not,
I'm
let's
not
say,
saying they're not going, I'm just wondering what would
for
happen.
example, let's say it goes 15 years in the future. They're no longer there. It's in disarray and we're like, okay, we're done with it.
Okay,
So we approve to remove it. I mean, does that really make them stop doing what they're doing? No, I would have to issue violations and our legal recourse would then take effect on that anyway. So
I'm not gonna be here that long anyway, so it's okay. I just wondered what would happen. as far
it's
as
a little bit
enforcement.
similar to some we have kind of a little bit of some ongoing stuff anyway legally with another property that
Right.
I kind of see how it could mirror that where if it got to a point where it's a problem and we were like, we're done with this, this is no longer in use, city council approves the same thing, we would then have our attorney then file suit on that
Okay.
for violations. If my violation doesn't go anywhere, statutory stuff doesn't go anywhere.
You're going to get it all done before then. I was just wondering what would happen.
It's just, yeah, it's just an example of like that. There's really,
So there is some recourse if it does.
and again, like when we, especially when we talk about, issues with accessory dwelling units, we don't want that anyway, right?
Right.
Well, we're approving all these on a case-by-case basis anyway,
Right.
because our code doesn't allow for that. So we have all the authority to do what we choose to do. It's just, up to you guys to decide if these case-by-case basis go.
Let me throw this out. I don't know what would it be reasonable if we could prove, if we recommend approval of this on a 10 years, and in 10 years it could be renewed if that was the desired situation? We wanted to make that
Kind of like
condition.
the sound of that.
An interim use puts a time limit on, doesn't it?
Yes, but yeah, we're not using the interim use because it wasn't applied for, so it's a conditional use
Right.
with a condition that, with the time limit.
Which is kind of the same thing, but.
It's the same
Exactly. Got
thing,
it.
it's
Okay.
just our zoning code says conditional use permit, so.
Right,
kind of-
okay, got it.
Kind of things that you're working on. Yeah, to bring them up to date. And I would, and I know this probably isn't gonna happen, but in a conditional use, maybe put in there that you can't just, you have to be the primary, you can't sell it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
I know that's not gonna happen, but this board changes quite often and stuff, so we just have it
Right.
spelled out.
Interpretation, but I don't believe it would transfer to someone else anyway, so it would
Oh,
be for them.
Conditional use
Okay.
applies to the property owner that applied
Right.
for the permit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a motion out.
I think we should do more investigating. Do we have 60 days? Is this under the
I guess-
60-day limit? When do you want to start?
I guess, what are we gonna gain?
We would probably could, I think we could probably wait another month legally without me sending notices again. Well, that's actually not true. I will send out notices again because I have to. But,
What do we get out of waiting?
Do the people across the street, do they get notices too?
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone with,
Everybody within so many
Within
feet.
300 feet?
350,
Yeah.
So they have.
this is out probably 45 of them, so.
That should cover it.
Okay, so what else would we have to look at that I don't know about?
I don't know.
I know you.
City council will be reviewing it as well, so it's not end all be all anyway. So it will have another final approval. And I still, based off what we said tonight, I'll check with our public works to make sure everything's okay. But, so we'll still have approvals before things are done, so.
Just if it would alter the area with the mobile home in there, for the other houses.
Yeah, it'll be different.
Yeah, it isn't what that whole area is. It's totally different than what's out there now.
but I also think, quite honestly, having it there in the way it's described on how they might care for it, it's going to improve what this existing structure is like. Yeah, it's a different residence style, but I don't know. Yeah, people were notified that if they had a concern with it, they could have brought it forward. If you're not comfortable with it, Bev, you don't have to vote for it.
Right.
Okay, I'll throw out a motion that we recommend approval of this conditional use with a 10-year limit on it for review.
I'll second that.
It's been moved in second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of recommending to city council that they approve this with a 10-year limit, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Aye.
Okay, carries 3-0. Okay, thank you. That'll be at the city council meeting this week or 19th.
Is that was recommended to the council?
Recommended, yeah, recommended approval. yeah.
Coming up soon to take a look at the whole thing. So I can see what that old building looks like.
I've been there. I've been in the clinic, in the building, but I've been there. I was over there.
Mhm. Okay, item 5, old business. I see there's nothing in there. Does anybody have any old business that we carried over. Okay, then we'll go on to new business, quarterly update from Safe Built.
Yes, just providing an update on our fourth quarter building permits from 2025. Since we didn't have our meeting last month, I would have had it then, but I'm just throwing it on here now, so that's there for your review. Not much going on. It's pretty light. Fourth quarters are pretty light when I've looked at prior years for building permits, so nothing expected.
The freestanding sign, is that the one out at Mid-Air or DFA? Did they ever get that in? Is that,
I would assume they did, but I think that would have been third quarter maybe.
Okay.
I don't
I was
know.
just curious, this freestanding sign, what,
I don't remember which one that was.
I don't remember new sign around town.
Yeah, there was more than one sign out there. A DFA?
Yeah. Plus it's,
Three of
it's,
them wasn't there that they put up?
I think so.
okay. That's, well, it's one permit, so I don't know what. 4 new houses. Nice. Any other questions or comments on the report? Okay, thank you then, Miles. Item 7, other, any other business to be brought up, discussion, questions?
Just give a heads up that next month, we'll probably see the first beginnings of a subdivision, whole subdivision coming in
Nice.
for Highlands, their next phase. So we're probably, knock on wood, see that next month, or at least the first preliminary plat to get moving on that, so. So
Is there any activity on the apartment, new apartment complex for the bank? How's that going? Is it started?
it has not started. We're still in negotiations on the development agreements right now. And yeah, we'll kind of see where it goes. After this rezone tonight, the really only thing is just council approval on that and then final resolutions on everything. And then they're good to start pending agreement on development agreement. So,
Good deal.
yep, that's the update on that.
They needed such a hurry to get everything.
I guess, open for motion to
Paperwork is
adjourn.
slowing it down, all right, or the
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Okay.
it's been moved and seconded that we adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
I didn't-
And I won't be here next month. I'll be sitting at a Twins game in Fort Myers. So. Hopefully Kim can make it.
I think so.
I hope so, because it's probably.
Great.
When is
Thanks,
that for?
Tom.
Well, there's just a couple.
For the subdivision?
Stuff